Today's episode focuses on the quick-kicking mechanic of unknown origin, Rig. Please note that this trivia may not follow the story and lore directly. Rig is a self-taught Canadian Taekwondo practitioner and chief engineer of an oil rig run by DIG in an undesignated area in the middle of the ocean, making his debut in Dead or Alive 5 alongside another newcomer, Mila, who we covered previously. Rig was first revealed to Dead or Alive fans worldwide in a debut trailer alongside returning character Bass Armstrong on June 29, 2012, which showed off his stylish take on the Taekwondo martial art. While far from being the first in fighting games, let alone 3D fighting games, to utilize Taekwondo, Rig breaks the mold by being the first non-Korean Taekwondo character in fighting games, and one from Lumberjack Country no less. But that's not all. Rig is also the first character in Dead or Alive to have permanent tattoos as part of his default character design, and a notable tattoo on his right arm, which we'll dive into later. While it can be argued other characters in the Dead or Alive series had tattoos as well, they were never truly consistent designs throughout the series, and while under subject of inconsistency, Rig's take on Taekwondo isn't one of the purest sense, as some aspects of his moveset are in actuality taken from Muay Thai, particularly his holds. You may have seen some of these moves from certain martial arts movies like Umbach, starring Tony Jaa, and the Undisputed sequels, starring Scott Adkins. Both actors are known to be Muay Thai practitioners to an extent, but none of them practice Taekwondo. But to be fair, it should be noted that just as Zack taught himself Muay Thai, Rig has also taught himself Taekwondo, so in a way, he can get away with it. Rig's Japanese voice actor is Hiroki Tochi, and has two English voice actors for Dead or Alive 5 and Dead or Alive 6, the former being Liam O'Brien, and the latter, Kyle Hebert. Hiroki Tochi was born on May 26, 1966, in Tokyo, Japan, and is one of the rarities in Dead or Alive voice actors not to be affiliated with the Yoni production, but rather Office Osawa. A vast majority of his video game voice roles include games developed by Tri-Ace, a subsidiary of Square Enix known primarily for the Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile series, as well as co-developers for the two direct sequels to Final Fantasy XIII respectively. Hiroki Tochi's best-known roles include Corleones from Final Fantasy XV, the Japanese voice of Nathan Drake in the Uncharted series, and most notably, the Japanese voice of Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil series since Resident Evil 6. Liam O'Brien was born on May 28, 1976 in Weehawken, New Jersey. He practiced acting as early as his high school years in St. Peter's Preparatory School before moving to New York City to attend the New York University Tisch School of the Arts. Upon meeting Crispin Freeman before working on a theater production of Romeo and Juliet in Cincinnati, Ohio, he managed to finally find work in New York for voice acting. O'Brien would go on to gain several credentials in the voice acting business as well as some memorable roles, often preferring to play the role of insane or evil geniuses. Liam's first big break would be as a cast member of a popular web series called Critical Role, which centered around fellow voice actors humorously playing Dungeons & Dragons.
Shortly after returning home from Isocross, I go to Blumenthal for the first time. I have so much more work to do. Trying to be the man you wanted me to be. I still hope to. And if I'm very lucky, I will see you on the other side. And I hold the book, and I cast teleport and send it into the earth between them.
Liam O'Brien's most notable roles included God of Wrath, Asura from Asura's Wrath, Gaara from the Naruto series, Beerus from the Dragon Ball series, Nephrite from the Viz English dub of Sailor Moon, and Kane Highwind from Final Fantasy IV. Kyle Hebert was born on June 14, 1969 in Lake Charles, Louisiana. In the early 1990s, his first known voice acting role would be in the popular 1992 X-Men arcade game by Konami, where he infamously voiced all the male characters.
Go and save the city. Pyro will turn you to toast. Nothing moves the blob. X-Men, welcome to die. I am Magneto, master of magnet. X-Chicken, you are dead.
Later, in the mid-1990s, he got his first gig in voice acting as a disc jockey for Radio Disney under the alias Squeege, which he would continue up to September 2005.
Enter security access. Alright, let's step inside, walk this way. Oh, check it out, you got Daredevil versus Spider-Man video.
Cool.
It's courtesy of Buena Vista Home Entertainment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Madeline, you are also in the grand prize drawing to go to Hollywood to see Jungle Book 2 at a private screening.
Oh, awesome.
And tell me, guys, what station is the best for parents and kids?
Radio Disney.
Kyle Hebert would later rise to prominence in the anime and video game industry alike, voicing many memorable characters, most notably Kamina from Gurren Lagann, which would earn him the award for Best English Voice Actor in the Society for the Promotion of Japanese Animation Awards, or SPJA for short, at Anime Expo 2009. Kyle Hebert's best known roles include Big the Cat in the Sonic series, Sosuke Aizen from the Bleach series, Adult Gohan from the Dragon Ball series, and of course, Ryu from the Street Fighter series as a Street Fighter 4. Oh yeah, street fighting. Now I remember what this episode's about. Let's get back to Rig. Remember earlier when I mentioned that tattoo on his right arm? Well, it's no ordinary tattoo. It's the quantum mechanics formula of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. No, damn it, not that Heisenberg. But in what context of this formula does it relate to Rig, given his background or lack thereof? Now, I'm no expert in science, but in my opinion, the most likely context for this formula is that of free will versus determinism, which is ironic because, as we witnessed on 2 occasions, Rig is not exactly acting on his own accord, as some of his decisions are being made for him by Victor Donovan through mind control. Could the tattoo itself be the key to how Mist can control him? Who can say? We don't even know if he's a clone. Either way, it's an interesting character design choice Teenage Ninja made, and it's sure to keep us guessing until the next sequel, if it ever happens. And that wraps up our trivia for Rig. If you want to know more about the quick kick mechanic, you have to wait until season 4 of Dare Live or Explain. While Rig may be fighting a battle in his mind in the foreseeable future, there is another who's in the crossroads of her own. One is an ordinary geisha, and the other to a higher calling. Either way, it's a future full of cherry blossoms and warriors.